Or, yeah, her name's Beatrice. Hey girl. Hello Sagittarius, how are you doing? My name is Simply Valken. Today I'm going to be doing your general reading for this coming week. When it comes to my general readings, I always ask you to rely on your intuition because I like to speak in examples. So what this means is like might read the messages and see this through a dynamic of a relationship, but for you it might correlate to business or work. So keep in mind, like that's all I ask for you to do. So these messages will be able to be of resonance to you. And if something doesn't resonate, that's completely fine. You don't have to take that message, right? Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I won't take it personally. And so I'm going to be doing 3 rows for you, Sagittarius. The first row is going to be your current energies and like residual energies of the past. Your second row is going to be the blessings to come and the current energies that are building up. And then your third row is going to be the advice from Spirit of things that you should be working on to receive these blessings, right? Because there's certainly no purpose in talking about these blessings if you are not knowing what to do with them, right? If you don't know how to get to them. So yes, and so hopefully this reading is of resonance to you, Sagittarius. If it is of resonance to you, please let me know in the comments below how it resonates with you. I'd love to hear about it. If it does give you a sense of direction, I'd love for you to give me a like and subscribe because it does help me out so much. So let's jump into this reading now, Sagittarius. For you, we have the Queen of Water for your first row, 9 of Earth, and then 3 of Earth. So it's interesting. Let me break this down of how I'm translating this right now, and I'll read off each card because I feel like it's important too. The Queen of Water. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition and care for yourself and others. So for you, Sagittarius, I feel like you're during a time of inquisitive nature. Maybe I kind of have felt this energy for the past couple videos I have been doing for you, where it's just like this, you've been going through like this self-discovery, and it's through the self-discovery you kind of like your intuition has been heightened, right? Or you just have been like, energies have just been resonating a little bit deeper with you. Or I don't mean to sound silly, but it's kind of just like things have just been hitting different for you recently. And so I feel like with this awakening phase that you have been going through, Sagittarius, you're just kind of being receptive to these deeper emotions, deeper energies. And I can tell, you're definitely getting more in touch with your emotions this week, Sagittarius. But with the Queen of Water, this is talking about where it's like your intuitive nature, your inquisitive nature of somebody or a situation, you weren't sure what to do with it, right? You're going to open your heart up to it a little bit more. You're going to be more receptive towards it, I feel. Care for yourself and others. This is such a time of where you're going to just be a little bit more tender. Or if you aren't being tender usually, maybe, or if that's not in your nature usually, maybe you should approach situations and people with a little bit more tenderness this week, because I just feel like it'll be beneficial. We have the 9 of Earth for you, enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, and successful self-employment. Now I'm going to associate this with the 3 of Earth as well, Sagittarius, where it says the power of creativity, recognition for high quality work, and being a team player. So these 2 cards right off the bat, this is telling me this is like collaborative energy, hardcore collaborative energy. Not only is this saying like, this card in itself says that where it's like you're doing teamwork with someone, where it's a creative project of some sort. So it's interesting where you have the Queen of Water, where you're being asked to be a little bit more open, or like you should be approaching situations, or maybe you already are approaching situations or people with a little bit more of an open mind, or a job situation with an open mind, or like whatever it's pertaining to in your life, Sagittarius. The 9 of Earth kind of gives like it's kind of like the extra green light, where it's like this is what you should be doing, like things are going good for you right now. And I feel like this is going to be such a refreshing message to hear for some of you Sagittariuses. There's going to be like a sense of relief for you perhaps, because I feel like there's just like you guys have been weighed down quite a bit recently. So it's like 4 Necronomicon cards flew out for you guys. So pulled the King of Swords, 4 of Swords, and more. Queen of Wands, 8 of Swords, 6 of Wands, Ace of Swords, and the 9 of Swords. Normally I never do this, Sagittarius, like ever. But I feel like this is kind of just reminiscent of like what it is that you've been going through. I feel like you guys have just been going through such a transformative time that so many different energies are being tapped into right now. I feel like it's such a cliche thing for me to say, but when I say energies, like you're working on like your emotional side, you're doing some shadow work, you're working on some past trauma stuff, and because you're doing that past trauma stuff, that opens up new relationships for you, right? That Queen of Water, it's because like you work on stuff in yourself that allows you to open up to other energies, right? The King of Swords and the Eight of Swords is telling me where it's like you have dealt with some pain, where it's like the shadow work that you've been working on is like maybe like some betrayal, or just like maybe even just like your own self-image of yourself, or like stories that you've told yourself, just a relationship with yourself perhaps. But it's just like, I feel like, you know how I hinted at tenderness before, Sagittarius? I feel like this is I hinted at this because I feel like this is used to be your energy where it might have been more cutting perhaps, or maybe not. You haven't been always just like cutting, Sagittarius, but like you, because you were like burned, I feel like you just always like you had a really high guard up, right? And it doesn't have to be like an aggressive guard, but you haven't really like allowed people in. So right, because I feel like it's kind of like this Knight of Swords energy. I always associate knights with youthful energy. It's like it reminds me of you know those like videos, sad videos that you'll see on the internet, where it's like an abandoned dog, or a dog that's been like abused and like left, and they don't know what to do, like whenever they are found by like an owner or like a person that cares about them, or like just has empathy, they just react strongly, and they just like, even though they have a good heart, they just, because they were burned, they just, you know, they just snap, right? They snap at you and stuff. So it's like I feel like you went through this process, right? Six of Wands, I feel like you your circle of people that you thought were close to you at one point kind of just like hurt you in that sense, right? And it's beautiful, because it's like this Four of Swords. I feel like it was essential for you to go through like this like protective period, because it's like it's through this protective period that you've had like a really good circle of people. I'm getting like 2 or 3 people that you can just like really rely on, and so it's just beautiful. That first row really ended up taking a lot, and I feel like these next 2 cards more so goes into your second row, Sagittarius. So I'm just going to get into this row now. Queen of Cups, Nine of Cups, and then what is this? This is the Six of Swords. Yeah, Six of Swords. So Queen of Cups again for you, Sagittarius, because this is what Queen of Water is. So again, so it's like I feel like this is this tells me, because this Queen of Water represents Queen of Cups, by the way, but this tells me right now, Sagittarius, where it's like you're going through this continual process of where you're just opening yourself up more again. I feel like you're an extremely sensitive being, or you used to be an extremely sensitive person. I'm speaking strictly to the people that are watching this video that I'm tapping into. I'm not just talking about Sagittarius in general, right? I feel like for very few specific people where it's like, yeah, you were just like hurt, and like you used to be such a sensitive, like emotional person, and just so giving, and then it's just like you were burned and you just didn't know what to do about it, right? But it's through like something triggers you just opening yourself up again, taking away this armor. I keep seeing someone taking off like their armor, and it's like it's through this like connection with something, or this like fulfillment with something or with someone, that like you start having like this sense of peace again. You start like being able to relax and having like this like baggage just be removed, and you can just be happy with life again. And it's through this, Sagittarius, it's beautiful that it's like the remaining energies of the past that used to still weigh you down, you're going to move on from it. There's something that comes into your life, Sagittarius, this week, that if you're receptive towards it, I feel as if like this is going to be such a beautiful storyline. I feel like this is such a beautiful start to a storyline, or such a beautiful start to the next phase of a chapter of a book, or a new chapter, I guess. I don't know. It's beautiful, inspiring energy. And then I've had the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Swords. So this is, again, I feel like this is wrapped into passion. This, I kind of feel like, wraps back into your 3 of Earth and 9 of Earth energy, where it's talking about a collaborative, creative project, right? Maybe this is like, it's either through this creative project, or like through doing this collaborative effort with someone, you start having like this, it triggers like this whole like healing thing for you. So, you know, like this person doesn't even have to be involved in your life after the fact. Like this could just trigger something in yourself to start really seeing like the patterns in yourself, and starts motivating you to like claim your power, right? The Ace of Swords and Queen of Wands energy. Like maybe this is just like something just happens where you just like triggers you to really start claiming your power. And it's beautiful. Let's get into your last row now, Sagittarius. How to like receive these blessings, how to like continue on this track, right? We have the Fools, the Lovers, and the Nine of Cups. So that Nine of Cups, again, a lot of repeating cards for you through different suits. It's interesting to me how this Nine of Cups comes into is like a warning as well. Well, not a warning, but like a heads up for what you should be working on when it's already present in like your blessings and like what's to be coming energy. For this to be coming in this sense, this is kind of telling me where it's almost as if like you might miss this opportunity, or it's like the way that you would mess this up is if you choose not to open up. Does that make sense? Sagittarius, it's like you make the decision towards this connection, and if it's like if you make the wrong decision, you're gonna feel like the fool. Yeah, I even like you notice that pause I had there because I was like, I was thinking it's like, oh, do I want to say, can you make a wrong decision? Because maybe it's just like for your purpose regardless. But I'm gonna be speaking blunt to those that really wanna like, you know, receive guidance from this reading from me. I truly feel like if I were to be receiving this reading for myself, if I had this spread for myself, I would see this as I would translate this as like, oh, if I don't open up to whatever it is that has the potential of really triggering something beautiful in me where I do this healing process through like this collaborative creative project, right? I could be missing this potential powerful connection. It's almost as if like you would be walking past like the cannon that would shoot you off and really take you far in your life. And this could be in terms of career, this could be in terms of like relationship, right? The Lover's card. But overall, the Lover's card represents like a decision as well and a long-term commitment in something. So if you don't, yeah, like I feel like the biggest mistake that you could have, Sagittarius, this week is to be the fool in whatever way that looks. Ending up being the fool because of pride, because of ego, being the fool because whatever reason it is. Be open, be tender this week. I feel like that's like the more open you are to receiving energies and giving energy and just love, I feel like things are just going to open up so beautifully for you, Sagittarius. So beautiful. I'm going to pull one more card for you, Oracle card, to wrap this up. But yeah, I really hope this reading brought you some guidance, Sagittarius. Again, if this did, let me know in the comments below, and please give me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading. Purification. Yeah, I feel like you're just purifying these old patterns, old ancestral patterns. Like, yeah, I feel like you're just cleansing yourself of like an old book and just starting up completely anew. You're not even changing chapters. You're like having the potential of changing books entirely. It's beautiful. Like you're not changing books entirely, but it's like you have the choice of ending like season 1 and starting season 2. Does that make sense, Sagittarius? It's beautiful. I love you so much. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to do this reading for you. Hopefully you allow me the blessing to doing this again for you. I love you so much, Sagittarius. Bye.